Michael Bell with the CVB Challenge. We're learning a Christological verse from each of the 66 books of the Bible, and we've arrived at the book of Ruth. Ruth chapter 4, verse 14. Then the women said to Naomi, "Blessed be the Lord, who has not left you this day without a redeemer, and may his name be renowned in Israel." This amazing story named Ruth takes place during the time of Judges. Now, Naomi had married a man from Bethlehem, a man from the tribe of Judah. And during a famine, they decide to move to Moab, which was risky business. Moab were cousins of the Israelites through Lot, but the Moabites had been enemies and subverters of Israel, particularly from a spiritual standpoint. During the Exodus, the children of Israel had to go through their land, or certainly near their land, in order to enter Canaan, but the Moabites resisted. In fact, King Balak hired Balaam, a true prophet of God, to utter curses against Israel. And because Balaam at that time was true to the Lord, he uttered blessing after blessing after blessing after blessing. Now, Balaam falls away and later is involved with seducing Israelite young men into the worship of Baal, and it ends very poorly for him. But the Moabites had, even during the time of the Judges, had been terrible enemies of Israel. But circumstances have driven this family into Moabite land, and the two boys, Mahlon and Chilion, sons of Naomi and Elimelech, marry Moabite women. Elimelech dies, and then guess what? The two boys die before they're able to have children. So here's Naomi, and she says, "Don't call me Naomi anymore," which means pleasant. "Call me Mara," which means bitter, because the Lord has dealt so severely with me. First the drought, and then the death of my husband, the death of my two children. Now I have no children and no prospects for grandchildren. And all our inheritance back in our homeland is going to go into other hands because there's nobody in our family lineage who can inherit it anymore. So she tells her two daughters-in-law, "Go back to your people and your ways and your false gods," and so on. But Ruth says, no. Your people will be my people. Your God will be my God. I will accompany you till the day of your death. She goes back with Naomi, and the Lord works out a number of circumstances where a close relative named Boaz becomes the kinsman redeemer of the Elimelech's estate. Now, here's what happens. If a close relative then marries Ruth, then whatever heir they produce will actually inherit Elimelech's land. And so all of the inheritance will remain with the family that it truly belongs to. And so this is the Redeemer that is spoken about by these women as they bless Naomi and as they bless the Lord. Now, what we need to understand is that when Ruth and Boaz have a child, his name is Obed, and then his child is Jesse, the father of King David, who is the ancestor, of course, of the Lord Jesus Christ. And so here, Ruth, by converting out of her pagan ways and becoming a part of the people of God, she has this incredible honor bestowed upon her that she is an ancestor of the Lord Jesus Christ, who's the Messiah of Israel, yes, but also through her, the Messiah even of the Moabites and of all Gentiles as well. Now, if we look at Jesus' lineage, we see several Gentile women. We see Rahab, the Hittite harlot from the city of Jericho. We see Tamar, who gave birth to Perez through Judah, from the tribe of Judah. The tribe is named after him. We have this example with Ruth, the mother of Obed, and then possibly even with Bathsheba. We know Uriah was a Hittite. We don't know about Bathsheba, but she might have been a Gentile as well. We have 3 or 4 Gentiles in the lineage of the King of the Jews. Why is this important to us? Well, we might feel like Naomi, like God's forgotten about us. We've experienced so much difficulty and God seems so distant and like he doesn't answer our prayers. And yet, even for us, he has sent a Redeemer because he wants to make sure that the inheritance is preserved. Our inheritance through the Lord Jesus Christ, the heir of all things. Now, if Christ is on every page of the Bible, shouldn't he be on every page of your life and mine?